Bradley, I love the dynamics between teenage Dwayne and Atta. Talk about what we will be exploring in their relationship this season.
Oh, yeah, I will agree with you. I love that relationship just as much. I think like coming back this season, I was really hoping to have more scenes that, you know, would have that show that special dynamic between, Dwayne and his mom because me and my mom are so close. And, she's always been there for me, and that's always been kind of a staple in me becoming who I am. And this season, it really opens up a lot more in my timeline, especially. Um, you know, Dwayne really leaned on his mom, and when things were really hard, she was always there for him. When he was lost, she always found him and kind of kept him moving forward and always staying positive. And this season, there's a lot more of that.
Uli, Stacey mentioned that she'll be getting to work more with you this season as well because you're more grown and you're exploring the older aspects of Dwayne a lot as well. And she noted that 20-year-old Dwayne also butts heads a lot with his mom as well. And it's hard to parent from far away. You're in Miami at this time. What did Dwayne talk about with you about their relationship as far as mother and son being so loving and so close, yet being so far away at this point in their lives?
Yeah, Dwayne and I didn't actually hit on anything with that for this season. But I always knew from the outset, from season one, that their relationship was really, really close, is really, really close. The distance thing for me, it doesn't matter where Dwayne could be across, the other side of the world and Atta be on the other side, as they are often at times. But they're so close, they'll be on the phone with each other. So, and that's the same thing that happens in our show. It's like they're never far from each other at all. Atta's always checking in, or have you done this? Have you done this? Have you done this? Have you received this package or whatnot? And I think that's how mum is, my mum was always checking up on me, or why wasn't I at home at a particular time? Let's not get into that, but that's what mums do. We're their babies. So with Dwayne and Atta, it's no different.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Adrian, one of my favorite parts of the show is the relationship between young Dewey and Andre the Giant. Is that something we're going to get to continue to see more of in season 2?
I definitely agree with you. That is definitely one of my favorite aspects of my character's scenes. And we will get to see a little bit more of Andre and Dewey having some fun.
And Uli, you're up to the point where The Rock becomes The Rock. Did you have to learn how to wrestle to play The Rock as he learns how to wrestle?
I did. And it was almost, we don't actually jump straight into Dwayne becoming The Rock. Obviously, he had quite a bit of a transition from when he stopped playing football. So it was almost like it was parallel with my own learning of how to wrestle. In the storyline, Dwayne is learning how to, get everything down pat, and so was I as an actor. So I learned, but I loved it. I grew up playing football, rugby union here in Australia. So the contact was, I just felt in my element and took to it pretty quickly. So we'll see if the wrestling fans agree.
We always hear stories from young wrestlers about when they took their first bump. So what was that like for you?
Oh my gosh. Let's just say a few crash mats. It was tough. It's not as easy. And I will say this, I think the general perception outside of the wrestling fans is that it's all make-believe, but I guarantee you the hits are real. And, your body, we ended up shooting, 13-hour days. And then at the end of those 13 hours, come and rehearse wrestling. So your body feels it. And full credit to everyone who gets into the squared circle, as they say.
And Bradley, you guys all got to, and for everyone, you guys all got to actually work together in the Christmas episode. Mm-hmm. Is that something you'd like to do more of in other maybe special episodes?
Oh, are you kidding me? I would love that. Oh, we could. There's so many like fun ideas you could think of. You do like a Halloween episode. I don't know. Maybe like I'd love to do a musical episode. We could all be doing something like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
The opportunities are endless. So I'd love.
Which we pitched, by the way.
We pitched it.
We went. So Joseph Lee Anderson and I. Sorry, I don't know if we have time for this, but Joseph Lee Anderson and I were singing backstage and just fooling around. And then Brian Gerwitz, who's the producer from $7 was there. And he started recording and then sent it to DJ. So I don't know if that's, potentially we could have a young rock music.
And they can both sing. Just about everyone on this show can actually really sing. So you know what? Let's go for it.
Thank you.
Both older, do you spend a lot of time working out? How much time per week?
I'll take it personally. I train maybe 5 days, 5 days a week. I really enjoy kind of staying in shape and going to the gym and working out. It helps me quite a lot. So I mix up weight training with very little cardio, so that's what I like to
do. During filming, me and my buddy Michael, we'd go to the gym every morning at 3 a.m. and that was the first time I've ever been that religious about it. Like this season, was probably the most I've ever worked out in my life. I really enjoyed it, and it's followed me ever since. So it's about 6-7 days a week now. I'll take off and I'll do more cardio because I like it. I love.
And by the way, Bradley was up at 3 a.m. every morning. This is no word of a lie. And I would see him and another castmate who I can't announce at the gym every morning, 3:30. So kudos to you, bro.
Did you have to work hard to try to act like The Rock? And did he give you any pointers?
Uli, go first, man.
Don't be terrible. No, he didn't say that. Dwayne's great. He gave us a lot of freedom. And basically the number one thing for me through our conversations was, particularly in his younger years, he was very driven. He was very focused about achieving something. He wasn't too sure about what that was or what that looked like. But he knew he was meant for something great, and he was willing to put in the work. And I think for me, Dwayne's advice was always keep that in the back of your mind, that I'm willing to do the work and get to where I want to get to with the two hands that he has.
For me, he just told me to, believe in myself, and also that I was in good hands. And I really was. Like having Uli around, having all our producers around, everyone that's a part of the, Young Rock family, they've got our backs. And, leaning into that, you don't really have to copy anything, and everybody's got you taken care of. I'm sure, Adrian, you can agree.
Everyone is really, really amazing on the cast and crew. I didn't really get to talk to Dwayne too much about how to play and portray the role. So I kind of while I was reading the scripts, I had a little fun with it. Maybe improvised a couple things. But I didn't really think too hard about it because I just didn't want to overthink it. So I played around with it.